Political analysts on the security tensions in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo assert that the conflicting decisions within the AU Peace and Security Council may exacerbate the problem of insecurity in the region rather than resolving it. Adam Squizera with the details.
The primary agenda of the AU Peace and Security Council held on 4th March this year centered on garnering support for the Southern African Development Community SADC military mission in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. This involved mobilizing resources from the Peace Fund as well as providing essential equipments. The Council's broader objective was to secure support for this mission from the organization and other relevant stakeholders. Ahead of the AU Peace and Security Council meeting, the government of Rwanda conveyed its apprehensions to the AU Commission regarding the anticipated decisions. There were concerns that the proposed measures might not offer the sustainable solution to the persistent insecurity issues prevailing in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo for the past 30 years. The deputy government spokesperson, Alem Kurarinda, underscored it in a recent exclusive interview with RBA.
How can
SADC military will support the FARDC that are aimed to fight instead of solving the issue, and also in collaboration with the genocidal militia and the terrorist group FDLR? So, this is the first issue Rwanda has demonstrated. So whatever can happen later, no one could blame us that they were not told. Secondly, this FARDC, they are also partnering with the mercenaries. It's obvious and everyone knows that they are also collaborating with the Burundian army in accordance to their mutual agreements, and again, this FARDC is also collaborating with other rebel group named Wazalendo. We all see their acts on social media. Then how could SADC collaborate with the national military of its member state, but also collaborates with all those groups? And that's the issue Rwanda is demonstrating. These resolutions issued by the Council on Saturday include provisions endorsing the peace process through Nairobi and Luanda talks. Of particular note is the emphasis on mobilizing necessary support for the Southern African Development Community (SADC) military mission in the Eastern DRC, encompassing funding from its peace fund and the provision of essential equipments. A political expert, Gasuminari Jean-Baptiste, explains that these resolutions underscore the vested interests of some African countries in addressing the security issues in DRC. It means that for the sake SADC also involved in the trash in DRC for collaborating with those rebel groups, including genocidal militia FDLR, plus all those other groups that are dedicated to carry out massacres, and they later seek down how they can get support from other organizations, and that's why they approached the AU Peace and Security Council, hence to gain support from their trash activities, because it's a trash when you know that you are working closely with the military that is planning for a genocide. Indeed, I don't have any time to name it, except saying that it's trash. Congolese refugees residing in various refugee camps in Rwanda for years after fleeing the massacres carried out by the FDLR terrorist group hold the belief that the collaboration between the foreign forces, armed groups, and the Congolese military, FARDC, strengthens the resolve to remain in exile. We are really saddened by watching SADC member states, including Burundi, Tanzania, Malawi and South Africa, to be called up to kill our relatives, as the only support they found that is necessary, instead of resolving peace and security in DRC. It is very sad to see South Africa engaging in this, yet it experienced apartheid back in the days, and it's now supporting DRC in the killings. The political analyst, Ambassador Joseph Mutaboba, wants that African and international support for any SAMI DRC mission could potentially worsen insecurity in the Great Lakes region. The consequences that are there is that the countries in the region could have their role in that war. And more to that is the other similar thing. They want to fight for the genocide perpetrators, who wants to keep the momentum by killing people. It means that when it's from Rwanda, and now there are some signs of the genocide in DRC, it means later on, we must see other countries in the region facing it as well. So when we see some countries closely collaborating with the genocidal militia, literally, it's something that you cannot accept at all. Addressing the root cause of the problem, rather than relying solely on the military force, is essential for achieving sustainable solution for the insecurity in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. I don't think that the war or equipments, plus the support from the AU, will solve the security issue in DRC. They started accepting that the only way to solve the security crisis is to pass through the regional processes, and they later end up supporting the war. They contradicted themselves. Because the group they're fighting, they have a tangible reason of why they are fighting, which touches on their lives and their people. So I don't think it's a war which you think you can end just like that, because there's some people who met together and given a band of dollars, because it's what DRC always offer in order to rob those decisions to be made, and then you think that the issue will end just like that. I don't really see it like that.
Hirya no hino kugira ngo ibyemezo nk'ibyo bifatwe ngo hanyuma nguvuge mu kibazo kizarangira ntabwo ariko tubibona.
Rwanda asserts its preparedness to confront any potential aggressors aiming to declare war and violate the security of its citizens. However it can be, either taking decisions or not, the security still was there, and the insecurity can also affect Rwandan borders, and that's why we kept to ensure the security of our citizens and our territory. We not wait the decision to be taken and later take some measures, and whoever would try to even declare war to it will fight. While the Council issued these resolutions, the European Union has recently urged the government of DRC to adhere the terms of peace process of Nairobi and Rwanda. Additionally, the EU called for avoidance of hate speech by certain DRC senior officials. The European Union emphasized that addressing the insecurity in the eastern part of the DRC should prioritize dialogues over military actions. Currently, the SADC forces within the Semi-DRC mission are working in collaboration with the FARDC forces, the Federal Terrorist Group and other various armed groups, mercenaries and the Burundian army. Their joint efforts are focused on combating the M23 group, composed of Congolese individuals who are sad that they're fighting for their rights and on behalf of their relatives who have been killed by the DRC government. Adam Squizera, RTV News.